Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you another guest prep video because that's what I was doing today, prepping for my husband's mom to come stay with us. His father and stepmom actually just left, so we have a lot of family visiting this summer and we always really enjoy having family here, and I love to share videos with hospitality tips and just some of the things that I like to do. So I thought I would go ahead and jump right in. I try to incorporate these tips. You know, life definitely doesn't look like a YouTube video. I show the pretty side, so it doesn't always stay clean and the meals aren't always this pretty and all that. But I think these are just some tips I want to share with you guys about things I like to try to do to make it special. And, you know, it's not always perfect, picture perfect when family come to visit, but we try to extend hospitality and ultimately just make sure that our guests know that they're welcome here and we enjoy having them. My family lives here pretty close to us, so we actually have our niece and nephew come and stay in this guest room. But also my husband's family moved back to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they come to visit as well. So we just feel very blessed to have this space. When we first got married, we lived in a tiny apartment and they'd come and sleep on the couch or on a blow-up mattress. So it feels really nice to be able to have this space for them. In the summer months, I do focus on the windows a little bit more just because I notice that people open the windows more in the summer months, especially in the morning when the weather is nice and cool, and also in the evenings. So I'm cleaning out. We live on a ranch surrounded by ranches as well. Lots of horses kicking up dust that end up in my windows. Flies end up in my windows, kind of gross. So I'm vacuuming everything up, getting it nice and clean. And then I'm cleaning up the window screens and the glass on the windows as well, just to make sure it's enticing to open the windows. So we usually close the windows in the middle of the day, but in the morning and night, it's nice to have them open. And I have hanging flowers and wind chimes outside of the window, so it's just nice to hear the birds chirping in the wind chimes and feel the nice, cool summer weather. We recently made the investment to buy a steam cleaner. In the past, I've actually rented them from Lowe's, but you can no longer do that with the coronavirus, and so we thought, you know what, we should probably just invest in one. And honestly, it was an amazing investment. So I am gonna, of course, vacuum and then steam clean the carpet. Between my animals and also the kids and my niece and nephew, they like to have like sleepovers in that room, and there's a little spillage here and there. It's just an amazing thing to have the steam cleaner. I highly recommend it. Someone recommended it to me on my channel after I had been renting it, and it's just so much better to have your own, and this one works amazing. And then another basic that I try to do is convert my kids' bathroom into a guest bathroom. So make sure there's no toothpaste on the walls and there's no like pee on the side of the toilet. I definitely try to make sure there's fresh towels, things like that, fresh toiletries, cotton swabs, a fresh candle, and maybe some flowers from the garden, and we're good to go with the guest living space. I absolutely love flowers, and if I wasn't growing them, I would buy them from the store, but I love growing them because I can just step outside and pick a few and put a few flowers in the guest bedroom and also in the bathroom. It's been a huge goal of mine to grow as many flowers as possible and herbs so that I can pick and use them in my home. I used to be pretty intimidated by cooking, especially for family and friends, and I would usually just kind of leave it up to my husband since he was a professional chef. As of lately, I've been really inspired to start stepping out and cooking more and being more creative. I'm very inspired by how my husband cooks. I love when he cooks for me. I've been watching him for years. I've learned so much. I love the Barefoot Contessa. I love the Pioneer Woman. There's so many great recipe ideas. Between YouTube and the Food Network, there's so many different options for recipe ideas, and just find someone that resonates with you and your style of cooking. If cooking intimidates you like it used to intimidate me, keep it simple. A meal plan doesn't have to be over the top. If you enjoy cooking and you love hosting, there's so many great recipe ideas for that as well. So I'm making a meal plan. I'm going to keep a few of the meals really simple, just taco night. I recently shared on my TikTok, but I will share it one day here. It's like my favorite pasta recipe to make for the kids. It's really easy. It's just sprucing up a jar of store-bought marinara with some herbs and garlic and a few other things. So something really simple. And then I'm going to do a really yummy seafood dish from the Barefoot Contessa. I'm going to put that recipe below. If you like seafood, you might like it. Once I make a meal plan, I just do inventory with what I already have, then make a grocery list, head to the grocery store, get what I need for the meals, maybe some extra snacks or hors d'oeuvres, and then some beverages. When it comes to beverages, I try to stick with whatever I know they like. So if I know they like wine, I'll usually have that for the dinners. But in general, throughout the day, most people really like iced tea, and I love this passion fruit iced tea from China Mist. Ice water is, of course, always a great option, and you can put it in a little carafe next to their bed. Sparkling water is another one that a lot of people really like. For kids, I usually like to mix some type of juice with some plain sparkling water. There's a country peach juice that's really good from Trader Joe's, so the kids usually like that. Back when my husband was a cook at Bouchon, it was a really fancy restaurant, and for us, in that, especially that time of our marriage, I think I noticed and tried to pay attention to the style of hospitality. The detail that they would put into the meal, I would pay attention and take note, and I thought, down the line, I'm going to try that. I'm going to serve iced tea in a carafe. Like, that's a nice little twist. So little things like that I'll notice when I watch someone else cook or when I go to a restaurant, something that makes the experience extra special. Hospitality is something that my husband and I talk about a lot, different recipes and different ways to serve guests. And it's something we'd like to take outside of our home one day and maybe offer via a restaurant or something that we talk and dream about. But right now we share with family and friends, and maybe down the line when our kids are older, we'll see. But like I said, I used to be very intimidated by this whole process. Now I'm really learning how to enjoy myself, and especially right now, like we've been growing this garlic, and one little small thing I love about cooking nowadays is when my fingers smell like garlic at the end of the day. I don't know, it just reminds me of the smell of home, and it's nice to have something yummy on the stove. It makes the house smell the way it's supposed to. This is a recipe I knew that my husband would love, and it's like a nice fancier dinner, maybe like a date night dinner type of thing, or when you have guests over and you want to have something fancy. I decided to make this as well because we are growing a lot of the ingredients like the fennel and the potatoes and the garlic there. We harvested and stored several pounds of potatoes, so we have plenty of garlic, potatoes, and fennel, and then I'm also adding some white wine. So this recipe seemed like something everybody would like, and I can also utilize some of the ingredients that I already have. I always have a can of tomatoes or tomato paste in my cabinet. It's one of those things I always have. I got some French bread with a little olive oil and salt and pepper. I'm going to toast that up for like little kind of croutons on the side. And it did really feel like something we would have eaten at Bouchon for sure. This felt really like a special recipe. And so although I don't cook like this every night for sure, I went and got some fresh seafood from Whole Foods and used a lot of our garden ingredients. I will share this recipe below if you are a seafood lover. It's Ina Garden's recipe and not mine, but it turned out really great. And I would just recommend putting together some type of meal plan. Cook whatever if you want to experiment with cooking, maybe find a fun recipe that's a little bit more challenging or a little bit different or a little special, and then keep the rest of the meals really simple, but just making sure you have all the ingredients you need to be prepared. Ultimately, I do think it's important to be authentic in your style of hospitality. So what feels real and natural for you will resonate with your guests. The main takeaway is that it's really great to spend that time with family and friends. And, you know, sometimes friends are your family, and having them with you and being hospitable and welcoming people into your home and offering them a nice cold beverage, a warm, clean place to sleep. You know, in one season of your life, it might be in a tiny little apartment where, you know, our family slept on the couch and on a blow-up mattress. And in another phase of our life, here we are that we get to enjoy these beautiful things. And I can truly say that we enjoyed time with our family and enjoyed their company no matter which phase we were in. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please like this video, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok for more content and daily stories and updates. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye.